Let us begin the video this way. You can see in the first design how it goes all the way down, 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 down. In the first design how it creates the corner. You see all these crisscrossing X members and diamonds that we see that look like the candy wrapper. At the same time we create the Star of David. It looks like it's a nose with two eyes over here, and it's a big bird watching us through all the corners of the building. That's one of the expressions. The second one is you can see is there's a line here, and down here. This is in many of the keys, the old kinds of keys. They had designed this in the middle to flip up the top switch. And while they're flipping the one at the top, the one at the bottom is getting flipped. But if you really take a look at this, it's only the corners going like this, and it's just what the eye can see. So you see all these corners are lost, the same thing. And it comes from the smaller design. If you notice in the smaller design, we have an automatic one center. One center separates everything in its way. If there was a bearing on it, you'd have the bearing here or the bearing here over it. So here's the four-way passage. Slide whichever way you want to move your bricks, right? The corner you have 4, 4, 4, and 4, and whatever uses this V corner, right? Whatever uses this V corner, 2, 2, and 1, I and I coming together to use this V corner. See the I and I over the corner? So that's what we have. Here's I and I. You only need two of them because it's this way and this way. 2 equals 4 in reality. All you need this is to move 1/4 turn here is 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 total turns will come back to the beginning. That's why it's 1/4 turn will only go over here. 1/4, 25%, which equals to 45. But we only move the in-between rate is while it's used up over here. If the area space is used up over here, okay, we move it 45, 45. These two 45 areas, their pickup range, let's say it's a circle. This 45 area going back this way or going forward this way at 22.5 degrees. That would be the most furthest vibration from any of them, half their distance. Now, if they were swinging and swaying both ways, okay, at 9 degrees and 9 degrees with the sway, right, or 18 degrees and 18 degrees, because the center of a ball on a bell will be dead center, and on each side might be halfway of 90 degrees up, but the size of the ball takes up the area space, and it's hanging between two longer sides. I'm not sure if you understand that. So this is one of the buildings I built. Okay, and one of the things I like about this is that I can just paste onto the other side, twist it around, and see what else it'll bring me. What other dimension will this bring me? Okay, so I'm assuming it's this. So here's the design. So in the design, okay, I'm going to move back my thing. Now, in the design, you see I'm not going deep enough. But can I go any further in an angle? At what point will I lose this point over here, showing me that these are two straight, tall buildings? Remember, we can be building only of what the eye is. So what I'm going to do to this right now is to see if we can come to that by bringing the building closer together this way. Okay, and then bringing the building further down this way. So I'm making the building longer. Do you see what I just did to the building? Now we can see right down the building. Okay, remember the way it gets wide at the bottom and shorter at the top. We still have the V in over here and the actual face. You see this length over here and this length over here? See the way this is completely straight, plus, plus, plus on the cross, double T angle. Where does the double T angle show up? Right inside the V point. Double T shows up. Inside this one, what shows up? There does not show up. It shows up right over here. The weight. Here's your H, I, and I separation. So I didn't really want to talk about this. I'm going to put it back. Now I want to show you a continuation of something we have right over here. We can see this clearly. Let me move this up. You can see this clearly. These were the two buildings. It's only two face cubes, right? Two face cubes, singular. I used a 9, taking up all of them. First row, right? 1, second row, right? I use another 9 over here. Everything goes around. First there's 8 around, okay? And now I have 16. It's 8 and 1. Now there's 16 and 1. I have using up all 16 and 1. And now we have 4, 4, 4, and 4. We use the 1 center over here. Do you follow what I'm saying? I'm going to come up and show you this. You see we have the 1 center here. We have the 8 around, okay? Then we have the 8 around again. 1, right? The 8, here's the 1 center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we go around again. And there's going to be 5 up here. 5, 2, 2, 2, 2, 5. Actually, this is a single separation. I just made it too large. And then, okay, if I get this right, if the size of this is right, I think the next separation is supposed to be about this size over here. Okay, so you have this size over here. Now, let me put it red. Let me make you this one in the center. Okay, so you have this one in the center, which is number 1. This will create 8 over here. This will create 8 and 1. Whoop. This will create 16 and 1. Sweet 16, 16 and 1. So we have an area here for 1, an area here for another 8, an area here for another 16, and another area over here for 24. The 24 hours a day. And the 24 hours a day, we split 55. We split it. 24, 24, 24, right? There should be a minimum of 3, and then we live in the third corner. You'd always think we'd live in the center. No, but the clock is in the center, and we live in the third corner. What comes off these two? Either it's a strap like this, and then we run off the bottom core. What turns around here? These turn around, these 3 here, and the bottom core makes us move. What the average of these 3 are. I'm just assuming, unless we're 4, and we live off the average time here, but I'm not assuming that. I'm just going to assume it. It's always 3/4. Remember, it's always 3/4. I don't know why it's like that, but it's always 3/4. So we have these 2 boom bang sides over here. Create 24 and 24 is 48. Now we have to understand the separation sides in between, or is that the free passage, freedom 55. If you fill this up with water, it's a valley of water or whatever it is connecting the 2 sides equally. So this is what I wanted to mention about this. The other thing to understand, okay, is that in this design, we have to now go to black. In this design, there is also the, what they call is the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Over here, these 4. And now it's these 4. And now it's these 4. And now it's these 4. And that's the 16. Let's do it a different way. Let's do it a different way. Let's do it as these 3. And these 3. And these 3, and these 3. And all these 3, 6, 9, 12, they all ended up with 1. But I overlapped. I went 3, and then I moved down 3 here, and this combination of 3, and this combination of 3. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. 1, 3, 2 3s, 3 3s, 4 3s. That's 12. I did 12 combinations of 3 plus, okay, the one in the center. So I did 12 plus 4, I did 16, and all I had was 9. My 4, 4, 1, 4, 9. How we move it around with the wobble. You see the wobble? I can never go outside the center over here. Back to the other world, this world over here. 9, if I'm assuming right, this area is 9 as 5, 3, and 1. This area over here is, I think, 3, 6, 9, and then this area over here is 3, 6, 9, 18, 18, 18. Once over here, I think I have to move it once, twice, 3 times. Anyways, I'm not going to start counting, but this is the intricacy of building these designs. Now, for those of you who have continued on to the stay, what you see in front of you now is I moved it into 3D. I moved it onto the 3D screen, and this is what it brings me on one side. Do you see the 2 exclamation points, the 6 and the 9, how they're built? It has its one square over here, and then it has this piece, and this piece, and then all the way down the track again. My 9, my I, and I, my 4 piece. So it's all from the design, because the design is the truth. Here it's from this side. I don't like this side. I don't see it as well. I like this side. I'm going to see if we can bring any color in this. Wow, what happened to my picture? Let me move this back. Wow, look what happened to this, my friends. It really built it into a, I can't even describe it. What side should it be on? Wow. It really turned my buildings into something else. That's really incredible. I still see 8 and 6. You see numbers over here, Z. See the way this one becomes the Z? The other one with the double marks, right? This one over here, this one becomes the Z. Not even the Z, it's a 7. It's 1/2, one corner. So what else would we have in here? So we're still working on this design. See the arrow? It almost looks like, I don't even want to use this. It's almost like the House of David. You see the first part of the House of David? Does it look like it's going on and on? I can't get the right dimension. I need to learn a little bit more art. I need to learn a little bit more. So let's continue on into this design as I messed it up. And look at the way the design comes to be. Remember what the original design looked like, right? We all remember the original design, right? Original design. Now it's this, is the same design. Bookshelves over here. What are the designs telling us? And this was from a building going up. But it's amazing. It's just amazing what happens, right? When you take it from one end of the sphere all the way to the other end of the sphere. This is what you look like. The shin and the sin. The roof tilted this way or the roof tilted. You know the sin and the shin? Is it the four-headed shin? Which way is the roof going? Here it is, my friends. That's your contour of your 3D. Here it becomes your height map. We're going to change the pic. We don't need to turn the paper. We just need to move over a few pixels just to see how the design will change. Same design as we had before. See the cutoff corners, the Superman corners? You see the B in this corner? See the Superman corner? How come it's not cut off? You see the way we designed it? 3, 1, and 3. Capital I this way, capital I this way. Which way do you want to look at it? We already know how our H is in, our 11s standing up. Which way are 11s standing up? Which way are the beams? What is the understanding of those beams? See if we can do anything else to this. What is the stamp? Oh yes, the big stamp. It's taking a look just like you first time ever looked at this, sharing it out there. What do you think? What is our vision like? What is our vision like? This is how it restamps itself. Something that may go through somebody's mind. It's the way it goes through somebody's mind. And what is the inverse? What is the inverse of the whole thing? No color? Okay, we're going to leave it at that. So now we have it. It was this, right? And it was that, right? It was this and it's that. Same thing. This and that. Try to figure out how things were built. Thank you for watching this video.